Hey, y'all. What y'all doing on this good old Monday night?
It's Monday.
Yes, it's Monday. It's Monday night. Oh, Christmas is Sunday. I hope everybody got their Christmas shopping out the way. Me, I haven't. So I'm hoping the best for you all. I'm still grabbing that straws, honey. Trying to figure out what to get everybody. Y'all know it took me forever to get in the mood. So now that I'm in the mood, I'm trying to get everybody something last minute. Excuse me. I was drinking some Pepsi before I came on here. Yeah, I'm addicted to them. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. So what everybody up to? Child, I just it's so much going on this holiday season. So many families in my area are just breaking. Like this is awful right before Christmas. And then you see this in your area where you live in, and then you go online and you see so much back and forth between parents and their kids, just so much stuff falling apart, so much stuff going on, and it's heartbreaking. Like it's just heartbreaking to see how families are being separated. um it's just so much stuff going on. I wanted to talk specifically about, I see this thing going on with Master P and Romeo, and it's kind of sad. But the crazy thing that I see is that everybody's saying, oh, his daddy opened up doors for him. His daddy was hustling, making money for him. And that's the problem. Like, kids require more than money. No matter how much money you have in the world, no matter how many monetary gifts you can give your children, they still need you. They still need love. And a lot of fathers, the ones that are present, a lot of fathers, even when they have daughters and they have sons, like it's a noticeable difference sometimes in the way that they love on their daughters and the way they love on their sons. Fathers have a tendency to try to raise their sons like they were raised. Most of them try to feel like their sons don't need compassion. Their sons don't need hugs. Their sons not supposed to cry. You know, they cry, you get, oh, stop crying. You make them feel like it's a sign of weakness. And from it looks like what Romeo's saying is just basically that although his daddy gave him monetary gifts here and there, like he wasn't giving him the same respect in business, on the business aspect of things, as he was outsiders. Like basically saying, like, as long as he was, like, for example, as long as he was promoting rap snacks, he said he's just finna get his first check for that. Like, as a father, that is how you protect your son, even in business. You should have made sure your son was getting paid through the door, not trying to save face with everybody else because this is a kid that don't know nothing about business. Like, that's your son. You should have made sure that your son was straight. And now he feel like, okay, now rest in peace, the death of his daughter. He said he's gonna keep her name alive, keep her, name ringing. I understand that, but fix what you have with your son. He's still here with you. Like, I hate that when stuff like that hit the internet, because people just start to jump in with their negative comments, who right, who wrong. I just feel like it's something, on both ends. Sometimes fathers, again, try to perceive their sons as them. They see themselves through their sons. So they feel like, oh, I didn't have a dad present, or I was strong through everything, so my son should be the same way. Your son is not you. You can't deflect or throw your emotions that you have onto your son. He is not you. He's a man within his own right. He's a man within himself. He's different from you. He's your son, yes, but he's not you. So you can't assume the love or the lack thereof that you were able to grow up without and be able to survive through all the traumas that you went through. If they knock on your son's front door, he'll handle them the same because he's your son. That's all, that's not always the case. Some men and boys really need a different type of love. Like, some of them need that hands-on type love. Like their daddy to hug them, their daddy to, you know, kiss them on the cheek. The same love that you give to your daughters. And it's mostly in the African American families because they just they rarely show purity compassion for their sons. They just I don't know why that is, but if you'll see a difference between the way that they nurture their girls and the way they nurture their boys, or the lack thereof when it comes to nurturing those boys. But those girls, those girls get everything for the ones that's present. And some of them don't care about neither, no boy nor no girl. But they want everybody to praise him because he Master P, or because he got money and he made sure his family was straight. Okay, this child telling you that wasn't enough for him. And the world can't make it enough for him. He required more. Still, he's not disrespecting his father. He's saying how he feel, and he has a right to feel how he feel. We only know what they put on Front Street. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. We don't know, the desires of that child heart that was not fulfilled from a man that he looked up to. He said he always respected his father. He looked up to his father as a leader. He said that. And he said he just wants his father to open his eyes. So he wants his father to face his own indiscretions. He wants his father to realize that you were not as perfect as you portrayed. Hey, Miss Loving Me, Tracy. Like, he want his father to understand that the man that you portrayed to the world was not the father that I felt. It wasn't the man that I saw within the home. And everybody want to bash that child. Oh, you 30 something. So what? He still is dealing with the trauma that he went through as a child. He did not heal from whatever lack of love, you know, he's missing from his dad. And because he's Master P, that don't make him exempt. Because he got money don't mean he was a perfect father. Because he worked hard. And see, a lot of us feel like, okay, that's enough because we didn't have fathers that worked hard and that had millions and millions of dollars and could give us everything we want. So we don't see, why he could be complaining. Because most of us came from parents that you know, worked their tail off. We lived check to check. Sometimes, we didn't have. So we see this child that got come up in this rich family and we feel like everything for him was supposed to be perfect. He telling you, yeah, he got monetary gifts here and there, but he needed his dad. He needed his superhero. He needed him more than he was there. And people act like they can't understand that. Let me see what he said. He said, if he got to deal with all the ridicule that's going on because he's speaking his truth, he's willing to be judged and walk through the fire for his family in hopes of a great leader, which again, he's still talking about his dad in a respectful manner and putting his daddy on a pedestal. Um, in hopes that a great leader will wake up. He wants him to wake up and again face his indiscretions of dad, you dropped the ball. He said he's reached out behind closed doors and got burnt repeatedly. He's an adult and has to do the honest work as well. Like I told him, he's talking about his dad. I have to love from a distance until then. I have a family now too, and it's critical I protect my peace. No more suffering in silence. Okay, he's telling y'all that he's suffering. Like he's telling the world, like this man is opened up. Which again, most even African American boys are taught not to, because they're taught not to show emotion, no matter what. Never show emotion because it's a sign of weakness. Never let nobody know how you feel, because they'll judge you or you don't want anybody. But he had a point in his life where none of that matters. He's on his own faith journey. Within that journey, he's looking back and he's reflecting on the things that he was missing in life because he wants to be a better dad for his child. So when you grow and you start to reflect back on the things that you've been through because you don't want to inflict those same traumas on your children, unfortunately, sometimes the things that are revealed are things that you blinded yourself to. You allowed your love for a person to blind you to. So you never really wanted to see what was right in front of you. But he's at a place now of nirvana. You know, he's going to his highest point in life. And things are being revealed to that child who is now a man. But in this form, he's calling his dad out on his BS. Like, you so worried about your image to the world. I'm your son. I'm here telling you what I'm missing from you. I'm here telling you, Dad, what I need from you. I'm here telling you, Dad, that I see now. I see clear what you did. I see clear the things that you did to me when I trusted you. When I trusted you to make sure I was okay. And people want to bash him for that. Like, y'all got to stop thinking money is the fixer upper for everything. Money is not enough for some people. Like, some people require, some of these children require more than that, no matter how much money you got. Remember, in another video, I mentioned that sometimes it's the most richest children that have everything in the world. And we would feel like we would only be happy with half of that. But they have everything in the world and they're the most miserable. Because again, we only see what they put on display in front of the world. We don't know what those children really go through behind closed doors. We don't know what it takes, when a father is barely present or a mother's barely present because they're famous, so they always gone. It was probably very serious situations where he really needed his dad, in his mind, his superhero, because that's how he looked at his dad. This man had to say, he said he wanted to thank, I guess, this James and Taylor of Rap Snacks for seeking the truth and doing proper business. Like, why would he ever have to go back and see that his own dad kept him from his monetary things that he deserved for the work that he was doing for a company? Can you imagine? Okay. Can you imagine, as you grew up, I know everybody probably had a superhero that they cherished or that they loved or that they looked up to, whether it be your parent or an outside person. Can you imagine at some point in your life where you start to seek yourself and you have to realize that the person that you put on the highest pedestal possible, earthly, and realize that that same person was undercutting you on the back end? The one that you trusted with your own life was undercutting you on the back end, even a parent. Because that love of money is the root of all evil. Like, why would you want to cut your child out of things that they work for? That 9 out of 10, you helped him grow into the person that could do this stuff. Yes. But it was still, that was your child's legacy. That's his legacy. He was building from what you taught him. He was building. So why would you undercut him on the back end? Out of everybody in the world, why would you undercut him on the back end? You expect strangers to do that to you, but you don't expect your own dad to do you like that. And everybody trying to make it seem like because of how we all like Master P. So what? It don't matter how we all like Master P. Master P need to fix that jump with his son. Because that's his blood. That's his offspring. That's his legacy. Because you understand just how Romeo trying to create his legacy? He is Master P's legacy. He's his son. He already lost his baby girl. Again, rest in peace. Like, that's what you got. Like, cherish what you have. People got to stop thinking that it's okay to be dismissive of other people's feelings because you can only perceive it from your point of view. You can't tell nobody how to feel, whether it's your child, your loved one. You can't tell nobody how they feel. You can listen to how they feel and really listen and tell them maybe where you were coming from. Maybe you didn't understand that you were doing that. You didn't do it intentionally, which I have to give props to Master P. He said, if I hurt you, son, I'm sorry. All right. So you said that in front of a camera. Romeo making all these statuses online. But y'all, neither one of y'all, you saying you try to reach out, he ain't answer. He saying he trying to reach out and he getting burned on the other end, basically saying the same thing, that you not answering. But y'all want to keep talking to the world, but y'all don't want to talk to each other. The world can't fix it. They got to be willing to fix that. But like I said, that problem, the reason why I'm speaking on it is not just for them specifically, but because you see it. I even told my husband tonight, I said, you do the same thing. You've done it all these children's life. Y'all feel like these boys don't need no nurturing because you come from a home where you come from a single mother home where you were forced to grow up fast and you were forced to, you had your big brothers telling you don't cry and that's a sign of weakness. So you never got the proper nurturing. So you were unavailable when your boys needed that. But when it comes to your daughters, you always available. Even now in their grown years, you're still there. Some of the stuff girls come to you about, the boys can't come to you about that. Because you're going to make 1,000 excuses to why they shouldn't feel the way they feel. But them daughters, there's no excuses. Now is everybody fault in the world done hurt your daughters, but your daughters, you make them feel no accountability for nothing. But you can hold them boys accountable for everything they do. But when it comes to them girls, you along with them gonna make an excuse or make a way to make them right. And that's just not right. Those boys see that. Like y'all fathers out there gotta stop doing it. Those boys feel that. Even if they don't say it, they see the difference. They feel the difference. And then what happens is you have little boys that grow into grown men that still love you and respect you, but they remember. So in the back of their head, they feel some type of way about you. You know what I'm saying? They feel a particular type of way because now they understand in adulthood how they should have been treated. When they have their own children and feel the love they have for their own kids, then they start to see where they was lacking as a child. Like what was lacking in their life, what their father wasn't really providing. Because they want to be the best dad they can be. So they go into it with an open mind. And with an open mind comes clear vision. So they can see things for what they are. And then they know, wait a minute, sucker. All this time I thought you was, doing the right thing, or that's how it was supposed to be. You nurture my sisters more than me. Now I see that wasn't right. It wasn't right for you to do me like that. It wasn't right for me not to feel comfortable coming to you and crying on your shoulder and saying, Dad, I need you to embrace me. They be so, oh, I don't want my son to be, happy. Y'all know the word. They be stuck. That's all they focus on with these boys, a lot of them. Making sure they don't turn out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. Because God forbid, if that's how they going to turn out, that's how they going to turn out. You can't beat it out of them. And your lack of love for them still ain't going to change. It's going to just make them resent you. Grow up and be resentful. That's all that's going to do. Like these boys need love too, man. People got to stop. And then it's just heartbreaking just to see how people, oh, now they want to give him props. How dare Romeo come out and talk against his dad? That's that boy's feelings. Y'all didn't live in a house with these people. Y'all wasn't looking for no real love from Master P. Master P see y'all in the streets, he'll walk right past y'all. That was his son. He owed that to him. That was a priority. I don't care what kind of face he wanted to put onto the world. That boy was his priority. And you would think now that, what's going on is going on with his baby girl. Make that right. If he's telling you make that right. Even if it was just about money, cut a check. He worked for it. He should have had to go outside to finally get his first check from Rap Snacks. You should have made that happen. Like people gotta stop deflecting. Stop acting like you so high in the world that you can do undercut. You can do undercut stuff like in dirty flugazy stuff and get away with it because of your status. Because at the end of the day, once it's time to move on, your status don't mean nothing. We all going to the same one or two places. We all bleed the same. Like, stop putting y'all children on a back burner and not making y'all kids a priority. Then when they grow up and want to tell you where you lack, now you feel disrespected. No, he's a man. He's standing firm in a man's shoes telling you that this is what you did wrong. I'm at a particular point in my life, but you did this wrong. Now he ain't saying that it can't be fixed. He's saying that we both got to do the work. Like don't just look at him. Oh, he grown now. Now I don't got to do the work. That's still your son. Even once he transition and you transition, that's still your son. Like you would think what that family has gone through will make them pull closer together. Which I know sometimes Death can either bring a family together or it can shatter it. At this point, they're allowing that to shatter their family. It makes you think she was the glue that was holding them around. Which a lot of times little girls do have that power because everybody see them as so precious and so cute. But they just have to open their eyes and see everything for what it really is. Like that man need his son and his son need his dad. Because he's now a father. And I'm very quite sure the way he keeps saying his superhero and his leader, his family, he knows some things that his dad can help him with as far as being the best dad that he can be. But what he's saying is, I want you to do that, but I want you to come in here with a clear mind, being real, no deceptive ways. Come to me as you. No smoke and mirrors. Come to me as you, who you are, pure. Come to me pure. Come to me in rare form with no mask on. Come to me as your son and let's fix it. You know, he got grandkids. Well, grandchild. I think Romeo only have one. I don't know if he had more, but like people got to stop. Now they want to beat him up. Or your daddy did this. Stop. Y'all talking about monetary stuff. Y'all can't tell him how his dad loved him because monetary don't equal love. Money don't equal love. And that's what y'all got to stop thinking. Y'all actually walk around in this world and think because you can give your child everything monetary that means you love them or that child know you love them because you bought them something. That don't mean that. That just means you got money. Money don't fix everything. Stop having that in y'all brain because that's just not true. Money does not fix everything. Stop being money driven. Try to insert love, insert nurturing, and you'll see a difference. Because you got to understand these same children you raising will one day become parents. And you don't want a negative cycle or a generational curse to pass on through your children that you done started to pass from you that was probably started by your parents. Then it comes to you, then you pass it to your children, they pass it to their children. Now you have a whole generational curse where nobody knows how to love and nurture their children. Everybody just feel like I'm going to buy them something. Your child in the room crying, I'm going to buy them something. Your children upset because you missed their game, I'm going to go buy them something. Yeah, they're going to accept the gift, but you think that hurt from your presence? Not being around when they needed you the most is going to be fixed by whatever it is that you brought monetary? No. It's still going to be jotted down in the back of their memory. And they're going to remember it. And when they get grown, they're going to call your ass on it. And then you're going to be standing up like Master P, acting like you ain't never did nothing wrong. You feel like, oh, I provided for you all your life. That's not enough. It never was. And it never will be. And that's for any child. Like, stop just throwing gifts at your child to try to make up for you not being there. You can't think you can throw a gift in a child's face every time. Just make up for your absence. No, they want you. Even if you got nothing in your pockets, they want you. And so nothing you can buy can replace that loss. Because every time you don't show up, you break a piece of them. Every time. Every time you don't show up, you break them more and more and more. And they grow up broken. And when they go to fix themselves, be prepared. Be prepared for what's going to come to you and accept it. And don't try to talk your way out of it. Accept it and see what you can do to fix it from that point. Don't make excuses. Don't tell them they being disrespectful like they don't have a right. As long as they're not cursing, being belligerent, listen, even if it hurts. The truth hurts. So be receptive of it. And that's a part of your growth too. Standing in front of your own child and being able to receive what they telling you. You are not the perfect parent. You drop the ball from time to time. Because that makes you reflect on you and it makes you a better you. Because I always tell you, ain't no handbook to parenting. None of us is perfect. We drop the ball sometimes. There's no such thing as a perfect parent nor a perfect child. We all fall short. Stop telling yourself that you perfect or that your child perfect because that's a lie. You ain't doing up a lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself badly. And the more you lie to yourself, don't make the problems go away at all. It just make them get worse. You just help them blossom more because you instead of you dealing with them, you try to put an illusion of what you want it to be over the real what it really is. So it don't make it go away. It's still there. Those problems are still there, and they're just growing and growing and growing until you choose to deal with them. So deal with them early. Stop it in its tracks. Don't let it manifest. Because once it's manifested, then it's hard to fix it. You have a 30, 40, 50-year-old child that loves you, but it's then you wonder why they become rebellious. You wonder why your children, when they get kids, they move away, they don't even call and check on you. That's the foundation you set for your own family. Thinking that your monetary contributions to the family was enough. And never really being a dad or a mom. You were just a provider. That's it. It's more to parenting than just being a provider. You love your children. You nurture your children. You pour into your children. You plant seeds in your children. You pray over your children. You tell your children you love them, your sons and your daughters. You allow your children to be weak and vulnerable around you, your sons and your daughters. You make sure that your children know that not only look at you as a superhero, act like they're a superhero. Be their strength in their time of weakness. Be what they need you to be for them. Like y'all, we just have to stop that because it's just not, it doesn't do anything for anybody. Again, it just creates broken families. But I'll let it's getting late. I just wanted to come on and chop it up with y'all for a little while about that topic. I just wanted to, just touch bases on that a little bit. And if anybody, thinks something else or think it's more we could talk to about the subject, if you all haven't seen it, it's all over the shade room and stuff like that. The comments of them going back and forth. And of course, they both have pages that you all can go to. And we can talk more about it tomorrow at a more decent time. It's getting late. But yeah, I just want to touch bases on it a lot. But just I hope this video can help somebody. Maybe you take away something from it. And may your today be blessed. More blessed than your yesterday was, and may your tomorrow be more blessed than today. Every day you wake up, you're one day closer to your season. You all have a great night.